we got him though. Let's go. 415. I don't know what's big for these guys. Oh, what? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild, and today we're gonna be doing a little bit of a trophy lodge tour, and we're just gonna look and see what 500 hours played on Call of the Wild can get you. Now, to preface this, when I first started playing 500 hours ago, I went immediately into grinding for great ones and stuff like that, setting up herd management. And so I have a little bit more great ones than the average player would at 500 hours played. But that should just show you the power of herd management, of grinding for the great ones. If you actually put in the time and effort to do it, you can get as many great ones as I have in as little as time as I've gotten them. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our first trophy. It's not going to be one of these great ones yet. We'll build up to these guys. We're actually going to look at all of our great ones last. We're going to go around looking at our diamonds and rares, stuff like that. Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry I'm interrupting the video. This is my stats. This is the 5 hours played right here. So you'll have, you don't have to take my word for it. This is a proof. I only have 43 achievements. That's kind of embarrassing. I don't even have the full game. But anyway, guys, back to the video. First off, this guy, I got this, let's see, probably 3 days into hunting my Emerald Coast map. When I first got this game, and I got it because I was super excited that kangaroos were in the game, and the game was on sale, so I was like, hey, why not buy it? That'd be awesome. We ended up getting this guy off our map. This was before we even started doing Great One grinds and stuff like that. Just a cool little trophy, 11.2, piebald, red fox. It's a stunning animal. I'm not gonna lie. It looks really, really good. Then we got this guy over here. We got this guy on multiplayer actually, and he was a super rare. Supposed to be one. He was a melanistic red fox that was supposed to make diamond. I messed up the shot, so that kind of really sucks. But I got this one not too long ago actually. Let's see, probably about 3 weeks ago I got this guy. So, about a little bit further into playing the game where I understand how to multiplayer hop, how to look for servers, where to look for trophies, and stuff like that. And we ended up getting this guy on Emerald Coast as well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look at all of our birds. I guess you can take a look at our great one red deer in a little bit. But this is capercaillie, western capercaillie. All of these three are capercaillies. 2 of these we got off of Medved when we are grinding for the Great One Moose. When we first started grinding for our first Great One Moose, we were running all over the map trying to find all the zones because the moose are just spread out everywhere. And we actually ended up finding these 2 guys. They're pretty common. I feel like they're pretty common to make diamond. I found 3 of them, not really even looking for them. But yeah, that's why, herd management, grinding, it's not just for the great ones. You can find other diamonds along the way, which has happened to me many times. Actually, I have a wild boar diamond we'll look at it later on that I found also on the moose grind. But yeah, and this one up here, we actually got attacked by this guy while we were recording a video, and right as we were about to take down our second great one whitetail, this guy ended up attacking me during the intro. The most crazy thing that ever happened to me in this game. Most it was crazy how I just got attacked by a diamond western capercaillie while doing an intro. About to shoot a great one, which is, still baffling to me. We also got these 2 guys, these 2 female mallard piebalds. These guys aren't rare, they're commons, but they look really, really good, and I thought they'd look really, really good around our great one red deer here. Originally, I had a moose, like a diamond moose here, and they looked really good around them, so I kept them up here. Whether they're, rare or not rare, it doesn't really matter to me. As long as they're appealing, as long as they look good. Because this lodge is really for my great ones, and any way I can make the lodge look really good and make my great ones stand out and pop, I'm gonna do it. As you can see, I just feel like, I don't know if y'all agree with me, but this little wall right here, the trophies with all the birds and stuff on them, it just looks really good, especially with the red deer and the leaves, not really leaves, but the greenery in his antlers. with the birds surrounding him, it just looks really, really good. Looks like something off of a cartoon, if I'm going to be honest with you. But we're going to go right up here to a more recent trophy. We ended up getting this guy, what? When did we get this guy? I don't even remember. Really recent. Huge melanistic red deer. Some of y'all in the comments were telling me this guy is super rare. So that's, that's awesome. 236.3 troll, the troll rack, level 8. But still an amazing trophy, still huge. Would I like it to be a super rare? Of course. But, you know what? I mean, it looks, that's a diamond rack right there. Antlers are just as tall. It may not have as many tines or as many split offs. But, I mean, it looks just as good. It looks just as good. We got this guy right here, piebald moose. Now, the preface is this guy took me over, 4,000 plus kills, maybe even more than that. The moose have been really, really unkind to me when it comes to the rares. I have 3 great one moose, and I've only gotten 2 rares to spawn out of 3 great one moose grinds. Kind of insane. Some of those 2 of those being over 1,000 kills. And, it's just kind of unheard of. Usually you get a rare about every 300 kills. Obviously that, it's all random chance. So it can differ. It can vary in different scenarios, different cases, different people, kind of like me, how I haven't, it took me, a lot of kills to get these 2 guys to spawn. This albino actually spawned first. I cannot express how excited I was when I finally saw this guy. On my map, it definitely was a relief, and it gave me, the ability to keep going, to keep grinding for the great one. We ended up getting this guy in a zone we didn't want, and we were going to keep him on the map for a little while as a pet, but I decided I wanted him in my lodge because the piebald on the moose are actually one of my favorite fur types for the moose. Even above some of the fabled fur types, they just look so good. The piebald are insanely good looking. Probably one of the best looking piebalds out of all the species of animal that we can hunt in the game. Speaking of piebald, we got this red deer here, 172.8, huge piebald. Well, I say huge, it's a silver, but it's a rare. Who cares? Now, one thing creators have noticed, I've noticed, look how wonky this guy is. This 50-50 rack looks a little funny. Most piebalds are going to be messed up. I have never seen an even piebald, but for the red deer anyway, but yeah, we ended up getting this guy to spawn really, really early on in our grind. For the first great one, red deer. Yeah, these guys seem to spawn pretty often for the red deer. They're really pretty, but not as pretty as that moose over there. This is one of our diamond red deer that we've gotten over the grinds. Right now, we are currently stacking diamonds on our Aroa map. We have, 6 or 7 diamonds on our map. This one is still one of the biggest ones I've ever killed. 264.7, not the biggest, but one of the biggest. I will say, I was kind of dreading hunting the red deer at first because, typically they have longer kill counts where you get great ones and stuff. But man, the diamond racks, even some of the big mythical racks, make it so worth it. Just seeing these huge animals spawn on your map over and over again, it's kind of something you really can't get, you can't get tired of, in my opinion anyway. And so I've actually really, really come to enjoy the great one red deer grind. Then we got this other one over here. We're not going to spend too much time on him, but he is the biggest red deer we have, 266.5. I don't remember exactly when we got him to spawn. It was when we were first stacking, when the great one, showed up in a really, really short amount of kills. But he ended up spawning in a solo zone, so we had to take him out. You know what? Let's actually look at this great one right here. This is one of my favorite great ones of all time. So for the moose, it is one of my favorite great ones. But the rarity is not as rare as those 2 down there. This one being my favorite looking great one of all time, especially with the moose. This one is more rare. The combo is more rare than this one, so that's why we have that guy down there and not up here. Also, payload birch looks very, very basic. Just looks like an albino with a huge diamond rack on a head mount. But you could tell with the little black fur around this guy's eyes that he is Fallow two-toned, and so he kind of just looks better on a head mount. And so that's why we have him up here. Eventually, when I get more great one red deers, I'll get 2 of them on this side. I said great one red deer, and I'll surround him in great one red deers. It's gonna look really good. I'm excited for that point. Hopefully, it's not another 500 hours in, but yeah, what is this? Fallow 2-tone big rack, typical rack, scoring 261.5. I kind of talked about this in the video of me taking him down. Actually, no, it was in the video of me taking this guy down. It's kind of crazy how the scoring in Call of the Wild works, especially since this rack is supposed to be like, you know, the biggest of the big, but yet it doesn't even score, you know, close to diamond, stuff like that, but it looks insane. It's kind of weird, but, you know, I can't complain because the look of it is just absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead over here. Look at our giant diamond sandbar deer, 178. I ended up getting this guy off of my Emerald Coast map, and I was just hunting around, trying to get a feel for the game, trying to level up, trying to see if I even enjoyed the game, which, as y'all could tell, I clearly have enjoyed the game as I'm making content for you guys. But, yeah, we finally got this guy to spawn. Actually, no, he was an initial spawn. I don't even remember what we were hunting. I think it was maybe, I think we were running around looking for the rooster deer, and we ended up getting this guy in a feed zone. Or maybe I don't remember what we were exactly doing. We were hunting for something. We were going around. It was nighttime. We were looking at drink zones, so I think it was the rooster deer. But yeah, we ended up running into this guy, which was really cool. I was like kind of shocked seeing a level 5 sandbar, not knowing if it was going to make diamond. Turns out it was pretty big diamond. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for that guy. That's pretty much the backstory. All right, now we're going to get into a little bit more rare of trophies in this room. Now, this room has some of our biggest whitetail. Actually, has our 2 biggest whitetail ever killed. That wasn't a great one. And then all of our super rares, including a super troll that y'all saw not too long ago. So let's go ahead and look at these 3 guys right here in the middle. Which one are we looking at? Okay, I think this is the one we're looking at now. 256.1 diamond piebald whitetail deer. This guy, I don't remember. Yeah, this is my second one. He took me a little bit over 1,000. No, a little bit over 2,000 kills to get when I was grinding for. I think it was. It was whitetail great one number 2. This guy spawned in that grind. I was absolutely, shocked and super excited. This was kind of right as I was coming into wanting to make content for you guys for Call of the Wild to show off some of my trophies. I noticed that I was getting really, really nice trophies, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. And this guy ended up being one of those guys. Now, my mic quality was kind of trash, but yeah, this other one actually ended up spawning. This one, I got really, really lucky with this one. This guy ended up spawning while I was setting up for my herd management on Ravon Coast for the whitetail. This was in my first grind, and it was really only about a 500-ish kills in. It was so unexpected. I wasn't really even seeing that many diamonds at the time, so I got really, really, really lucky with this spawn. It was kind of a crazy thing. It was my first super rare ever, and I was like kind of going crazy. But this was way before I decided to do, YouTube and stuff like that. So y'all don't have a video of this guy, but we can still admire him in the lodge. And yeah, let's go ahead and look at this super troll here. Now, this is the most devastating thing I've ever had on my map, or happened to be while I was, hunting on this game. When I saw this guy, he was a level 3. Both of these guys right here were level 2s. But this guy was a level 3, so I was like, yes. He has to make diamond. Like, this is going to be such a good video. I got an albino super rare, and I ended up taking him out, and he ended up scoring, 3 points below diamond and some change. But, this was so soul-crushing, but it's still an amazing trophy, and it's a testament that, like, everything in this game is random. It also shows that I'm not cheating. Some people think I'm cheating, but I'm not cheating. And because if I was cheating, why would I give myself a super rare or a super troll? But anyways, yeah, that's about it for him. I was super excited, and it just ended up not working out, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and look at this guy, 275.3, huge diamond whitetail, one of the biggest I've ever had. If you look, the reason he scored so big compared to the 270s, this rack usually scores 270, 271, 272, but look how wide this guy is. I mean, I could probably fit 3 of my heads in that. Maybe not 3, maybe 1.5, but still insanely wide. Making this guy score so high. Now I am waiting for the crazy 276 diamond whitetail to show up. This is the biggest one anybody's ever seen. the biggest whitetail has gotten, and people have gotten, on their map. I would love to eventually take one of those guys out, but who knows? It may not happen. And then we got this guy. This is also a 270. This guy is actually bigger than my other one, 275.5. This guy is actually not as wide, but he is super tall. It's also more wide here, I think. So this width is a little bit more. I don't know. He's still pretty wide, but he's not that wide, I don't know. He's huge, though. Huge, huge, huge. We got both of these guys on the Great One, grinds where diamonds, when you're doing herd management, are a lot more common. So, we are bound to get some massive ones, but, we only got 2 over almost 8,000 kills in whitetail grinds. What's in here? Oh, these are some of my, crazy looking whitetails. I think both of these guys were level 3s. They look ridiculous. Let's go ahead and look at this bigger one. Now, this is the 270s rack. He only ends up scoring 261 because of how jacked up he is. I mean, look at that. It is kind of crazy what true wrecks can do when they do the right thing. But yeah, it's just nuts. And then we got this guy. This guy was, probably my weirdest looking not diamond, but whitetail ever. He's only a gold. He's a level 3 and he scored 238. Now that's crazy because if it's trolling that bad, it's messed up. I mean, if we just look at this guy, I mean, no wonder he didn't make diamond, but I mean, his genetics sucks. Okay, I can't jump up there again, but you can tell how jacked up this guy is just from looking at him right here. Both of these guys were got on my Great One grinds as well. And, since you see more diamonds, you see more level 3s, you see more weird looking deer. And it also makes the grind worth it, and it makes it fun and interesting. But let's go ahead and look in here. This is our diamond brown bear, which we also got, like I was saying earlier, you can get diamonds and stuff while you're, grinding for Great Ones. This guy we got during our whitetail grind. It was actually during our first whitetail Great One grind on Revon Tule Coast. And he's just awesome. Like, I never expected to really get a brown bear diamond because I had no interest in hunting them, but he was just on my map, and I ended up finding him because I was going all over the map trying to find my whitetail, and we just ended up, spotting this guy. So if you're like, man, how do you get so many diamonds? Do a Great One grind. Try it out. You might actually find more diamonds that are not of the species that you are hunting specifically than you could ever imagine. That's what's happened to me. I'm sure that's what has happened to some of you guys and some of the content creators out there. Now, we ended up getting this guy yesterday. Honestly, one of my weirdest looking trophies. I love the elk. I love the way they look. I do think that their fur definitely needs to be revamped a little bit, retextured, stuff like that. They are lacking a little bit of, like, pop when it comes to the piebald. Like when we look at the piebald moose, how good that one looks. Now, this could be, accurate to more real life, but they could probably make it a little more detailed and stuff like that. Still an amazing trophy, an amazing rare. Never will complain about having a rare in my lodge. And he's even. Man, if these guys get a Great One, I'm going to be so excited. Hopefully we can get that Great One black bear before that happens, but probably, actually we probably will, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Anyway, that's about it for this guy. Let's go ahead in here. We got a black bear diamond here. We got this guy on our Great One grind for the Great One black bear. He showed up way earlier than I thought. He showed up in 13 kills. Now, we only have like 13 kills for our Great One grind for the black bear. I have really not liked grinding for these guys because they're just so hard to chase around and hunt because they're all solos. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about this guy. He's not too big, not too small. He's kind of midline diamond. Still an amazing trophy. It kind of amazes me how much bigger the brown bear is than the black bear. This guy is literally tiny. But it's kind of cool that he can fit on this mount right here. Then we got this little, I don't even know why. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why I taxed this guy. I thought it was piebald. Like, when I first got him. This was, I don't even remember what I was hunting, or where I was hunting. Saw this guy, and I was like, dude, is that actually, yeah. I was doing some fallow deer grind on TL Robo, and I was like, is that a piebald raccoon dog? No, it was not. But I didn't know if the black and white fur type was rare, so I taxed it. And now he's just sitting in my lodge because I don't want to delete it. I mean, what else am I gonna put right here? You know what I mean? We got this guy, Feral Goat, 209.9. One of my greatest. Actually, he's not even my biggest. Second biggest Feral Goat diamond ever. We also found this guy on Emerald Coast when we were just running around our map, trying to get a feel for the game. Yeah, I think you were actually our first diamond ever, I believe. Yeah, I think so. This is actually my first ever diamond on this account on PC. We got this little melanistic whitetail. We're not going to talk about him too much. He's kind of just a little one, but he looks really good. Melanistics always look good. There's another piebald. We're going to try to speed this up because this video is going to be very long. We got these two deer. I guess they are deer. Musk deer. We got these guys also hunting for the great one moose. Both of these guys, they either passed us one time while we were, checking our zones, or when we were running to find new zones. We found this guy. We found this one when we were running around finding new zones. We found this one. He was kind of just passing through one of our drink zones while I was about to shoot a moose, and I was like, wait a minute. I actually got this guy on stream, and I was like, that is a melanistic female. And so we just took her out, put her in the lodge, and now, yeah, we don't have a diamond of these, but we have 2 rares, so I can't complain. Here's our melanistic moose. This guy was an initial spawn, so I don't count him as a grinding animal. So this guy took 0 kills to get. He was just on our map, which is really cool. This is one of my biggest diamonds. Huge moose, huge, big wreck. One of the ones I got on the moose grinds. Yeah, nothing crazy behind that. We got these 2 guys hunting our Silver Ridge Peaks map. Albino pronghorn and a diamond turkey. Also, these guys are all 274. Or these 2 guys are 274. Oh, all three are 274. Some of my biggest whitetail ever, as well. And let's talk about this guy. This is one of my greatest trophies. My herd management for the Fallow is insane. I get a diamond about every 12 kills, and we've only gotten 1 super rare to show up. Now, I've been really wanting to go back to fallow deer, and so I actually think I'm going to go back to fallow deer. I think I'm going to put the red deer grind on hold, hunt bears and fallow deer, so maybe we can get some crazy trophies at the fallow deer, and maybe even some more great ones as well. These are just some 2 huge melanistics. Both of these guys were no, that guy's supposed to be silver, but wait, this guy is supposed to be gold. I ended up messing him up, but he wasn't a diamond, so I didn't really care much. And he looks the same in the lodge. He looks really good though. And here's 2 of our great one fallow deer, 273.5. I think this was, oh yep, fabled silver big rack. Really good looking great one. This one we ended up getting on stream in under 50 kills. It was like 46, I think, 46 kills. 253.5 fabled hooded blade rack, one of my favorite trophies. I actually had my wife take this one out, so this one kind of has a little bit of a special place in my heart. Hopefully gonna get some more super rare soon. If not, if we end up getting another great one, we're gonna make a multi-mount of great ones here, and we're gonna put that guy on the wall as well as that guy until we get another super rare. But yeah, that's kind of the plan for those guys. Okay, this is one of my favorite rooms in my lodge. All my great one white-tailed deer in one room. Now this one being my favorite, the drop tine rack, 207.4. We actually got this guy to spawn on stream. If you want to go watch it, it's going to be the last whitetail stream that is, on my channel. About 45 minutes in, if you have any interest in that. But yeah, an amazing trophy. This guy spawned in about 1,100 and something kills. So it was a relatively easy, quick grind. A little bit of below average, which was really nice. But yeah, then we got this guy over here, one of my favorite ones as well. 415.6. This is the cluster rack. Kind of looks like a huge level 2 that, got crazy huge. But yeah, 415.6. I don't know if I said that already. But huge whitetail. We actually got this guy to spawn in like 119 kills, which was very lucky. Very lucky. But we actually ended up getting this guy. It was a, what am I trying to say? It's a rare white female. I'm not even going to try to say the name of this bird because I don't know how to. But yeah, like I said, we were doing the whitetail grind, and this guy just ended up showing up. So do a great one grind. You might end up getting more trophies than you thought. We also got all our big wrecks, every single one of them, all different fur types, which is kind of cool. All 3 of these guys combined took I think, you know, accumulates to over 6,000 kills. No, over 7,000 kills. All three of these guys. So over 7,000 kills were spent getting all three of these guys. These are my first 3 great ones. Can you imagine that? 3 great ones in a row that are all the same rack. Very rare, by the way. That is very, very odd. Very rare. Let's go ahead and come down here. Look at this. This is our great one, Red Deer, 259.9. This is the mid rack, medium rack, whatever, however you want to call it, whatever you want to say. This is actually one of my favorite great ones update, just because I didn't realize how good these guys looked until I got it in game. Stunning, stunning, stunning great ones. I mean, just absolutely crazy looking. I can't wait to get more of these guys. This guy only took about 377 kills, so insanely short grind. But yeah, there's not much to say about this guy except he's awesome. Let's go ahead and down here. This is actually my first great one moose of all time. This one, well, oh man. So we had 7 fallow deer and 1 whitetail before we got this guy. So this is our 9th great one. 262.2 fabled birch big rack. When we got this guy to spawn as our first great one, I was so shocked when I saw this guy. It looks so good. Man, it looks so good. But later down the road, his image kind of got crushed by this guy. This guy being my favorite great one of all time. Favorite looking. Spider wreck, fabled spruce. 191.7. Not even, it's like barely even a gold, technically, or whatever. It's crazy good looking. I mean, it is just so good looking. The blue eyes, the fur, how it, like the contrast between the white on his face and his body and his legs, and how the spider rack is also kind of reddish, so it all kind of goes together. I mean, like, this guy looks insane. I don't know if I'll ever get a trophy, especially for the moose that looks just as good as this guy does. Absolutely insane. We're going to walk right over here. This guy's just in here because I killed him and I wanted more birds in my lodge. These are all my red deer diamonds from my grinds. Some of my, biggest ones. Some of my littlest ones. Some more diamond moose that we've gotten all over the grind. 277.7. Nothing crazy. Fallow deer diamond. Don't know why he's in here. We have a whole, lodge full of fallow deer diamond because we got so many of them. Another moose and another red deer. Both diamonds. Both from grinding. We got some diamond bantam here. These guys relatively make diamond pretty easy. Still stunning animals. I really, really love the way these guys look. They're really unique. We got this guy. Wait, which one? We got this one in our video, hunting our own map, and this guy in multiplayer. Absolutely stunning, stunning animals. But anyway, we're going to go into here. This guy we got off of our Emerald Coast map as well, but we ended up botching him, unfortunately. We ended up screwing him up pretty bad because I didn't know he was diamond at first, and I got really, really anxious and wanted to kill him as fast as I could because I didn't know if I was going to find him again. But yeah, he was supposed to be diamond, 230.4 axis deer, but I ended up messing him up, unfortunately. And this guy as well. We got this guy on the whitetail grind as well, searching for our zones, and I saw this guy. I had the right gun equipped. I had him in my sights, but he moved, so I pulled out my binoculars again to look at him and switched the wrong gun and ended up killing him with the wrong gun. I was devastated because back then I didn't have really much diamonds, and I really, really wanted some more, especially some of the harder diamonds to get, which is this one's pretty hard to get, but he's still a diamond scoring lynx, so he's in my lodge. And technically he's a diamond, but he says he's only gold. Technically he's a diamond. We got all of our great one fallow deer here as well. All of our fabled painted. This one in the middle was actually my first ever great one of all time. Fabled painted big rack. One of the coolest trophies ever, because it was my first great one ever. And I was like crapping myself when I finally got it to spawn because I was so new to the game. I had no idea how really the game worked. We got these two guys over our grinds. These are the only 2 repeats I have as of now, but yeah. Then we got this guy. This is actually my favorite great one fallow deer at 269.8 fabled hooded. No, what? Fabled mocha. Sorry, fabled mocha. 252.1 fabled mocha. Blade rack. An insane trophy. Yeah. It's just absolutely crazy. Spawned in one of my favorite zones as well. This was before I was doing YouTube, so I didn't get this guy on video. This is the last great one you saw on video for the fallow deer. This one is actually one of my favorite ones just because it's unique. It's the only fur type and the only rack I have of both of those combos. This is actually the combo I wanted because it's the only two I didn't have out of the fallow deer, because that's where when I was like, okay, I think I'm finally kind of done with the fallow. Now I'm, wanting to go back to them because I enjoyed them so much. But yeah. And then this guy, fabled hooded, Irish elk rack. It's my least favorite rack, I'm gonna be honest. It's not that good, but it's a great one rack, so can't complain. It still looks good. It still looks good, but it's like not as good as the others. That's what I meant. Another big diamond moose, as well as my biggest diamond feral goat. His fur type also looks very good. Black and white really stands out. Really looks good. We got this guy in a video as well, hunting my Emerald Coast map for the 22. This guy ended up showing up at the end of the video. Did not expect him at all. One of my biggest whitetail. In fact, and this one as well, one of my biggest whitetail. Just put these in here to fill some plaques. And I wanted to keep in my lodge and say where are my biggest ones. We already talked about those guys. Let's go in here. Now, this is going to be kind of shocking to you guys. When I first learned how to multiplayer hop, I spent hours, probably 200 of those 500 hours I spent hunting hog deer and rooster deer. So you're going to see some crazy trophies in here. I do mind that these, like the troll racks, that's actually a super rare I got. These two troll racks are very common. Unfortunately for these guys get these racks all the time. So these guys aren't really that rare. I mean, the fur type is rare, but like having him on such big racks isn't that really, that rare. These were guys who were both, this guy was level 5, this guy was a level 4. Huge animals, but with the rooster deer, they're kind of weird how they score and how they, their antlers are. This is my only diamond hog deer. We actually got this one off of my Emerald Coast map. He was actually an initial spawn. He was only actually a level 4, and he's huge for a level 4. He's huge. So he's actually one of my favorite trophies. Also, we got this leucistic. This was a level 4 as well. He did have, a bigger rack, but as you can see, just couldn't pull through. But, I mean, the leucistic looks really good. Yeah. Actually, this guy was on our map, too. We got this guy to spawn because we were hunting them so much. This was a super rare. One of my greatest super rares of all time before I did YouTube. Pulled it off of a multiplayer server. I feel really bad for whoever I took this from, but it's in my lodge now, and it looks so good. We also got a couple of diamond one of these. Let's go. We'll look at those in a second. This one right here, 38.6 gold, blue wildebeest. One of my favorite trophies of all time. I really love the Africa species, Africa map species. They look really good. We got this huge piebald fallow deer here. 240.3. Insane. Not a super rare, but still big. And then we got this. This is our only diamond rooster deer that's on a regular fur type. This guy literally took me the longest to get. Even longer than that super rare. I really do not like these guys because they troll so often. But you know what? He's in my lodge, and that's all that matters. We also got these two pigs here. Just rares. Nothing crazy. But yeah, we ended up getting those guys over multiplayer hopping as well. So one on Emerald Coast and one on Tila Robo. I think one of these guys were on my Tila Robo map, I think. While I was looking for the red deer, we got one of these guys. I didn't put him in a video because, whatever. He looks good, but not that good. I mean, I didn't mean that. He looks really good, but, not good enough just to make a singular video about him. But, yeah. And I also wasn't recording, and I had a YouTube video going when I spotted him. So I really couldn't do that without getting copyrighted. Oh, here's an albino. And here is a melanistic whitetail. Both of these got on my grinds. I guess we forgot about those. But anyways, guys, that is what 500 hours of, gameplay. If you're a grinder like myself, if you're a more casual player, it's going to look a little different. You're not going to have, great ones and stuff because that's just not your playstyle, and that's understandable. But if you're a grinder like me, this is what 500 hours looks like little bit more than 5 hours. This is what 500 hours looks like. Yeah. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed all the trophies, if you enjoyed the lodge tour, make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. And if you made it this far, you might as well like. You've made it this far. And subscribe if you're new. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you all in the next one.